Hello everyone. Welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy. Welcome to the session on 9/2/2023. So, my shield is the trust of 140 crore Indians, Prime Minister. Yes, I just want you people to know that whenever the first session in the year starts, which we call as budget session, right? It has to begin with Prime Minister's, President's speech. So the president will speak, he will tell what the government has actually done, right? And he will tell what is the progress of the country, how exactly the future will be. That is like, next 1 year, what are the plans of the government? So, as soon as the president talks, there will be debate. After the debate, the prime minister will go for motion of thanks. And when he gives that motion of thanks, it is very, very important to have, to vote it. Like, when they vote it, it should pass the bill. It is like passing with simple majority. So, government must ensure that their party people are voting to the motion of thanks to the president's speech. And if they fail to vote, that means the government do not have required strength to rule. I repeat, immediately after president's speech, there will be discussion. After the discussion, the prime minister give motion of thanks, and in that motion of thanks, he will tell what are the charges and what he needs to do. Immediately after that, there will be voting. If the voting through simple majority, that is, number of people present and voting. So let's say there are only 300 people, then at least 151 people should still yes. So in that case, it will be said to be passed. And if the motion of thanks doesn't pass, that means government do not have majority. This is very, very important. Fine. So that process happened during this prime minister spoke about the Adani issue and other aspects. Turkey Syria quake, deaths near 12,000. It started with somewhere around 2000. Now it has reached 12,000. Many children bodies and all are found below, which very disturbing images, guys. But let me tell you here one very interesting case, guys. Turkey leader is Erdogan, and he is a supporter of Pakistan because he has family ties with Pakistan. Unfortunately, he never supported India. But for a short duration in between, when there was some economic crisis in, Turkey, democratic crisis in Turkey, he wanted India's support. He came to India. There was good relations for 1 or 2 years. But he always used to say, India has occupied Kashmir. Pakistan should be part of NSG, Nuclear Suppliers Group. If India is made part of NSG, I want you to know here, right? This clarity I want you to know. First, Turkey always supported Kashmir in Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Second, Turkey supported Pakistan when it comes to NSG. It said if India is given, then Pakistan must also be given. Turkey doesn't support India's membership to United Nations Security Council. To be frank, when we look at Turkey India relations, it's very, very bad. Even after this, India has sent goods under Operation Dost and tried to help them, indicating that even when countries do not support us, if they are in crisis, we go by that. Now, this would have very good implications on India Turkey relations. Turkey will think twice before rising about India in any international forums. Right? Can you write down India Turkey relations? India Turkey relations. Below this, Turkey Turkey is a firm supporter of Pakistan. Full stop. It supports Pakistan and opposes India in many international forums. Below this, first point, Turkey raises Kashmir issue in in OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Second point, if India is given if India is given membership to Pakistan, sorry, if India is given membership to NSG, then Pakistan must also be given membership. Third, Turkey is part of Turkey is part of Coffee Club, Coffee Club, which opposes India entering into UNSC permanent membership. Fine. An appeal to mark Feb 14th as Cow Hug Day. Don't think about all those aspects, guys. RBI lifts loan costs to tame inflation. See, guys, inflation, if we have to control, interest rates has to be increased. But nowadays, inflation is under control. Efforts have been taken to ensure that inflation is under control. So now RBI says that as inflation is under control, we will focus on development as well. So when RBI says we will focus on development, they will reduce the interest rate and give more loans to the public. When they give more loans to the public, it would be easier for us to grow. Development occurs easily now. So that is important. Now we will see the next one. See, guys, bench and bigotry. A judge's appointment exposes the opaque collegium system. Now you see here, guys, the questionable elevation of Advocate L. Victoria Gauri as a judge of the Madras High Court epitomizes the problematic nature of the system of judicial appointment. Why? It also portends a government driven project to take over the bench through its favorites, whose unabashed prejudice against minorities became evident when her past speeches and interviews came to light after her name was approved by the Supreme Court. So now let me put this way, guys. The same, the same Hindu newspaper 3 weeks back gave an article saying that when someone criticized or did hate speeches, tried to interfere, government told that such people must not be given, and government gave IB reports as well, but everyone told it is wrong. Why is government interfering? Okay, so government doesn't have the right to tell who should be elevated and who shouldn't be elevated, but a group of pseudo intellectuals, like these newspapers, if they tell this person is wrong, you should not try to promote him, then you should not. See the logic, right? So this is where I was trying to say, don't get carried away by the criticism of the newspapers. The newspapers doesn't give you the critical viewpoints that are required. Look at articles. When the articles with some factual data try to question the government, try to question the judiciary, then it is important. See, the Supreme Court has told its additional judge, let us see, but still they are not happy. Why? Because there is a speech, and that hate speech is against minorities. Government also said there are tweets which are against the government. So obviously I will feel, no, if I am a government, I will feel that if someone is opposing me and if they come to power, they will oppose my policies as well. That's quite but obvious. I don't want someone who merely opposes my thing. He's already biased. So we don't want to have biased people. So what's wrong in that? So here comes the problem. When you justify one, the government will justify the other. Students, you must be careful to pick the points. Fine. The lesson from a court appointment drama. See, again, they're talking about The judges insisted that the only question they could consider in judicial review was Il Victoria Gauri's eligibility and not suitability. Leaving aside the question of whether alleged hate speech is a question of suitability or eligibility, that is a correct position. But once again, it depends on the question of suitability having been fully considered during the selection process. So now you will get lot of articles telling that she should not be given. A Nordic India Connect to power a green transition is Nordic countries, Norway, Sweden, Finland, these areas. Now, those regions, they normally depend on green, that is, less carbon dioxide releasing projects. Now they are saying that India and Nordic countries can come together and sign agreements to ensure that there is a green transition. Fine. So that green hydrogen, offshore wind, batteries, carbon capture and storage. See guys, this is called carbon sequestration. So if there is lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, I need to catch the carbon dioxide and I need to store it inside. That is called as carbon capture and storage, called carbon sequestration. All this they are trying to do with India. Is this clear? So can you just make a small note? Nordic countries, Nordic countries and India connect. Nordic countries and India connect. Below this you write Nordic countries, Nordic countries are the one, Nordic countries are the one which are part of Scandinavia, which are part of Scandinavia. Full stop. They have they have green technologies, green technologies, and several solutions, such as such as green hydrogen, green hydrogen, offshore wind energy, batteries, batteries, and carbon sequestration. Carbon sequestration. 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 In brackets, carbon capture and storage. Next point. India, India, Norway, Finland have tried to have tried to agree agree to cooperate on digitalization, digitalization, renewable energy, renewable energy, maritime industries, maritime industries, and circular economy. And maritime sector. So I guess that's enough. The role of labor unions. Is there a change in German policy towards Russia? Tracing the roots of Aligarh. Amit Shah Adir face off over demand for China talks. Amit Shah is trying to say that news reports you can't show until we need to have a debate. Collegium rejects proposals for High Court. Vinod Chandran named for Patna Court. There is some shuffling, guys. They have given so much about it. One Indian missing, 10 stuck in quake affected area of Turkey. Delay in OBC report as panel is finalizing disambiguation. India developing border connectivity due to China concerns. So yes, it is talking about all the border roads that India is connecting. Modi is trying to protect Adani, else he would have ordered probe. Why will someone order a probe to see what link I have with others? Congress is trying to defame Prime Minister. Now this politics keeps on going, guys. Dayanadi Maran raises lack of quorum. See, guys, this is very, very important. For any discussion to happen, it is mandatory that quorum must be there. So in India, we have 545. Quorum means 10%, that is at least 55. And if 55 is not there, then you can't have a session. So in the budget discussion, Dayanadi Maran said there is lack of quorum, and then immediately the speaker asked, is there a quorum? And there were less than 55 people. So that led to stopping budget discussions. Surface to air missile, Arogya Setu app. Yes, in 2022, they have blocked 6,775 URLs. Guys. Whichever, like, whether it is like porn sites or whether it is children related, all those they have cancelled. Shimla losing its white winter, just one day of snowfall this season so far. There is no snowfall, impact of climate change, guys. You can give these examples. Fiji hopes to partner with India in meeting climate action goals. So, guys, in Fiji, 45 to 55, majority people say, are Indians. And whenever elections happen, it is Indian people who win. But there is a guy by name Bai Namarama. He never allows Indian leaders to come to power. But they are trying to say that with respect to climate, we have some concerns. And if India can help us, it would be better. So that's what the talk is about. Zelensky make strong appeal for British fighter jets. Yes, Ukraine has visited UK and they are requesting them to give aircrafts. UK is giving them aircrafts to fight. Biden warns US will attack or act on China. Syria requests EU assistance. Turkey admits to hiccups in first response to earthquake. RBI moved to hit demand for affordable housing, realtors. Okay. So, guys, as the rates are increasing, especially with respect to housing sector, the demand may come down, is what they are trying to believe, guys. So, we don't know what exactly it is. Don't worry about it. Fine. So, these are some of the important issues, guys.